Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And bad news for Pokemon card scalpers. You could get a lifetime ban from GameStop if they catch you weighing packs of cards.
Are they going to catch them all?
Is GameStop going to be around for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
A lifetime ban. So that means as long as GameStop is open.
For a
So in
couple
6
years.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
We're going to talk about this because this is insane. This is the next level of insanity when it comes to Pokemon cards. I mean, we've seen people get into fights at Targets and Walmarts, and now they're literally weighing card packs at the store to find the special cards because they weigh slightly more, I guess, than your average card.
Yes. People were explaining this to me. This actually was, I posted this on Twitter like a week ago or so. I'm sorry, X. And when I was on there, I was like, what? And then people were explaining that the rare cards have a coating on them that make them weigh more.
Yeah, which, I mean, I get that. Look, I have been guilty not of weighing cards, but of blind bags, of feeling around in the blind bag, like
too.
Looking for certain characters, or, oh, this one is kind of square.
Well,
so
smart.
it's
Now they put them in cardboard in the blind
do.
bag so that you can't feel them.
Yeah, I used to be very good at, like, I'd pick out a feature on, if it was like a figure of some kind, I'd pick out a feature and be like, okay, this one's got pointy hat. Let's feel around for something that could be a pointy hat. And that's how I would know what to grab. Or this one's heavy, you know, heavier than this other one. But yeah, weighing the cards and having the balls to bring a scale into GameStop.
Well, I think it's not just GameStop. It's happening in all different stores. But GameStop, I think the video that they had a clip of, I don't think it was a GameStop, but they saw it and they said, if you try that here, you're going to be banned for life.
Oh my God.
But
yeah, it looks like a Target.
Because why would they go to GameStop when you have to pay more for that anyway?
Why would they go to GameStop? Period. Why would you go to GameStop? You're looking for Funko Pops? You're looking for games? Yeah, we don't have those anymore because everything's digital now. So
well, cards, these are cards. So
yeah, right. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com. We're going to be putting more Clownfish TV over there. So if you want to support the channel, that is the best way to do it. I'm actually thinking I might disable super chats given the way things are going, with that. But if you want to support us, go over to more.clownfishtv.com. So thank you very much for that. Please don't weigh us, though. I don't want to be weighed.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Say one at a time, please. Anyway.
Oh, so this is coming from Kotaku, which weirdly enough, Kotaku has, oh my God. I just got distracted by one of their headlines. I just got done saying Kotaku's cleaned up its act, but we have Wicked for Good Scarecrow reveal has fans horny and horrified. Anyway, Kotaku is not as political as it used to be. They have new ownership, in my opinion. They've still got the occasional dumbass headline, but I've actually found that they're doing a journalism now. I think they've been threatened.
Yeah,
with lifetime bans, the journos have been threatened.
They probably got rid of people that were really spearheading the bullshit.
Yes, GameStop is threatening Pokemon scalpers with lifetime bans if they catch them weighing packs. So as if scalpers couldn't find a way to make Pokemon worse, GameStop says it will ban customers who try to game the system. It is so weird to see all this drama around Pokemon cards because they've been around for decades, but it seems like the last 4 or 5 years, the insanity has ramped up.
It went away for a while. Like people didn't care that much. I was actually at the one doctor, and we were talking to the nurse and the doctor that was in there, and they were telling us we were talking about how the insanity about the Starbucks, Bear Cup, and we were talking about Pokemon. Yeah. And I said, but Pokemon cards, and both of them have, older kids that are like teens, and they all are into Pokemon cards. Because the one said that she found her brother's old cards, and some of those are worth a lot of money. And we were talking about how, there's a big uptick in kids that are like, Gen Z, and then maybe some of the older Gen Alphas that are starting to get into Pokemon like crazy. But because of it, now you got these scalpers going in there. And I know I was at Walmart the other day, and they didn't used to have limits at the Walmart by us on the cards. I was buying like 6 as gifts for people for Christmas, and they don't listen to the video, so it's okay. And I got 5 in, and then by the 6th one here, I didn't even see the sign. I don't even know if there was a sign up. You were allowed 5. So the Walmarts were enforcing 5, a Pokemon, the cards 5, you can have 5-pack limits. I saw the people getting into it because some Walmarts were telling people that meant 5 total, so you can only buy like 5 things that are Pokemon as far as cards. Because people are like, is it 5 per item or 5 of all together? And it depends who you ask. But Anyway, back to this. Yeah, apparently so. Somebody was busted. They got him on camera at a Target, taking cards and putting them on a scale and weighing them to find the rare ones.
All right, so let's watch this. Let's watch this video here. This is so weird. I mean, like I said, it's just so weird to see it now. Here's the post. Okay, so this is coming from. Gotta give a hat tip. This is coming from GOAW. Scalpers are really weighing packs for the best cards and leaving the lower weighed packs for people to buy. Now these are these the regular Pokemon cards, or are these the ones that you get where they've already taken the good cards out and then they put the rest in on the blister card?
Yeah, they're not supposed. That's like the everybody says, oh, that didn't happen. It does, in my opinion. These are like the new ones, I think.
And does this guy know he's being filmed? Like everybody's like,
that's what I'm wondering about. I'm like, is he not? Well, you can't see his face; he's turned away. But I'm like, you have to wonder.
All right, let's see here. Oh, there's no audio.
That's okay. It doesn't have to. You don't need audio for this.
I would love to hear him.
Yeah,
like
he's going really quick, and then if it's there's.
Oh yeah, he knows. He knows he's on camera. Oh my God, he's got like stacks and stacks. I mean, if it were me, I mean, we had a shop. We just talked about closing it down, but like if I saw somebody hunched over the cards or hunched over any small items like that and pulling stuff out of his pocket, like his phone, whatever it is, I'd be like, dude, are you stealing shit? Because it looks really suspect.
Well, I think it's weird that you're bringing a scale in and you're sitting there weighing packs to see what the.
And this guy looks older than us, and he's like weighing Pokemon cards. But some of these cards go for ridiculous.
Too. Those are cha-ching.
Oh well, yeah, because he's paying for them with Pokemon card money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he probably has a shop or something. And we know how it is. Oh, okay, so these are one-piece cards. These are one-piece cards.
Oh, one-piece cards.
Yeah,
okay.
He said Luffy, if he saw this in real life, yeah, shit's disgusting. Scumbags, grown-ass man acting like a douche canoe. Can we normalize trading cards being behind the cashier, just like how cigarette packs are? They are at some stores.
They keep them like ours for a long time. Ours kept it behind the service desk. Okay, so these are one-piece cards.
These are one-piece cards. So yeah, but they're doing with Pokemon cards too.
But people said they were because I asked about it in the comments and they said yeah, the people have been weighing them because the rarer ones have coatings on that make them heavier.
Yeah, so this is where it gets kind of weird though, because we're talking about 10-year-old kids being kept from getting the things they want because of scalpers. What's very weird about the collecting scene now, we never flipped cards, but once upon a year, a long time ago, we were doing toys. Like we would, we collected toys, but we also
never cleaned shelves. We never
cleaned shelves.
No, we never did that.
But if we had the route, so we knew like certain Walmarts were getting in. But at the time it was like Masters of the Universe and Transformers and stuff. This would have been like 20 years ago. But we knew all the Walmarts were getting in the new He-Mans or whatever. So we'd go around and pick up I'd get an Evil Limb for me, and then we'd go buy a couple more, put them on eBay to offset the cost.
Yeah, so we're basically getting ours for free kind of situation.
That's how we subsidized our collection.
Yeah, basically. But we wouldn't clear anything or take all of them or stuff like that because we've always said that's crap. We won't do that. But
now, in the case of Pokemon cards, those are for kids. But in the case of toys, I'm just going to put out there, and I do think scalping and cleaning shelves and stuff is shit. But kids aren't buying this stuff. Kids aren't buying Transformers. They're not buying the He-Man. They're not buying anything. They're not buying toys.
Some kids are, I'm sure, but the majority of the I've been to Walmart. Now the one around us doesn't have Masters of the Universe. You have to go a little ways away to find one that carries it.
And then very little of it.
Yeah, they have very little of it. And every time I've been there and I've seen anybody that looking at them, it has always been a grown ass man. It has not been a child.
I saw the other day there was a guy. It's the weirdest damn thing. So he had a little boy, and he was probably an older millennial, a little bit younger than me. But he was in the toy aisle, and I thought, oh, this is cool. Dad is taking his kid to go look at Transformers and G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe. That's really awesome. I'm glad the kids are into it. No, the kid wanted to leave. He didn't want to be in that aisle. The dad was the one looking at the toys. He's like, well, hold on. I just got to look and see if I have these ones. I'm like, so this is where we're at, right? Where it's the dad's.
I'm not going to judge anyone. I can't say a word.
It's the same thing, though, because I'll tell you, Squid King loves his kaiju. He loves vinyl kaiju. And he loves
huge collection.
He could give a shit about. I tried to get him into Transformers and G.I. Joe and all that stuff when he was a kid. He does not give a rat's ass about any of that stuff.
Nope.
But even Power Rangers, he was kind of into. What happened was Power Rangers became the gateway for Ultraman because via Super Sentai.
The gateway drug.
The gateway drug, yeah. And then that led to Godzilla and Ultraman stuff. And he doesn't even collect any of this stuff. And he really didn't as a kid. Like, he was out of toys by the time, and he's older than, I mean, he's Gen Z, but he's older than these Gen Alpha kids. He was out of toys by the time he was like, what, 9, 10? He was done.
Yeah, but that's what happened a lot of times. They went to video games, tablets, that kind of stuff. Even now, like, a lot of kids ask for Robux and stuff like that.
But, and there's a button here. He is collecting Pokemon cards now.
He is, and that's because his friend. But he's like, older now, and he's collecting them and his friends. That's what I was trying to talk about at the beginning. So the Pokemon waned for a while, and now it's back. And a lot of it is, like, I think Gen Z kids and, maybe some of the older Gen Alphas are starting to buy a bunch of those cards, and they're really into it now again.
So according to AI, but you're saying this is not the case because you've talked to people and AI is not always correct. According to AI, a Pokemon booster pack's weight does not guarantee a rare card, but heavier packs historically had a higher probability.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's
what they said. They said it's more often that the rare cards have a coating on them, but that doesn't mean it's always going to weigh more.
Yeah, this is, wow. Stealing scalpers' carts. Oh my God. This is like we talked about.
He's pulling all this is a while ago with Systematic Evolution, but he's pulling them off and he's just like, that's funny.
Oh my God. That was like, we talked about Black Friday and the woman was charging. Everybody's got phones, so they bust everybody now. And it's like, oh my God.
He's walking out, he bought them. Oh my God. Oh shit. That is insane. He was taking them all though.
Here, spot this old ass man doing the same thing multiple times over the years, filling up every single pack. Well, I mean, yeah, here we go. So GameStop had it, and we're going to go out.
Yeah, that's what we're getting. Long way around.
We're getting there. We're just saying, like, we understand the collecting, scalping thing better than a lot of people, because we were in that scene. But cards, that I've never messed with cards. We just don't do that. So I'm trying to understand this. If you bring a scale to GameStop to weigh Pokemon packs, we will ban you for life for your own good. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of half joking, but yeah, I'd be like, what the hell? So again, back to the Kotaku article. Let's go back here. Though there are conflicting accounts on this, some Pokemon collectors believe packs with rare full art cards weigh more than those without them.
That's what they're telling me. I honestly can't just ask, Squid King. He might know.
What'd be funny? It just to fuck with people, just put just a blank piece of cardboard that's heavy. Just put something in there like chipboard or something. Be like, oh my God, this thing weighs like 5 pounds. It must be super good. And it's just that's all it's in the pack. There are no Pokemon cards, it's just a piece of chipboard. And it's like, let's make a deal. You got a goat, motherfucker. You got a goat, not a Pokemon goat. You didn't get a cute goat. You just got a fucking goat. That's what happened. You never watched Let's Make a Deal?
No.
Like, okay, you pick a door. Oh my gosh, you've never seen how?
I think I've seen it, but I was trying to think, it's been years.
Sometimes you get a car, sometimes you get a new car, and sometimes you pick wrong and you get a goat or something.
A literal goat.
Yeah, I don't know if you get to keep it.
People are listening to this. I want the goat.
I know you'd want the goat. You'd be like, I'd rather have a pet goat than a car.
And they're like, they're trying to get goat like the greatest of all time. That's why I was very confused for a minute. I was like, goat.
No, you get the womp womp music and you get the fucking goat because you picked wrong.
I'd want the goat. That's a win.
You could
name it Fernando.
Fernando the goat.
Ronaldo.
Goat.
Goatius Maximus. I don't know.
Goatius Maximus. That is my new name. I am Goatius Maximus. I've got the biggest chin. I've got the 10-pack. I'm good. No, I'm serious. Hey, there, Pokemon. If you're listening, Pokemon Company, because we invoke the name of Pokemon.
They won't do this because we put a
thumbnail on, and so what they'll do is they'll be like, "Oh, this might be copyright content." No, don't put any cards in the pack. It's gamified. You get a dud. You get a piece of chipboard that weighs a lot. And
not gonna do that.
That's your prize, bitch. That's what you get for trying to do this. Will anyone actually enforce it? Probably not. Actually, no. GameStop employees are probably doing it. Let's be honest. They're not getting paid enough.
They're doing it before it goes out on the shelf.
Yeah, they are. They're not getting paid enough.
We don't know they are. I mean, that's what
Well, I used to work at KB Toys once upon a decade. and we'd
But
get
it has to be once upon a decade. KB's been out for years.
I know. That's why they're out. That's what I'm saying. GameStop's not going to be around either. But no, I used to work at KB's, and I was a big time action figure collector. And that's when the Toy Biz figures were popular. And I don't think they just came out with the Power of the Force figures. But no, we'd get cases in, and we'd keep the stuff in the back that we wanted, and we'd only put out what you technically weren't supposed to, but the manager even did it. So
yeah, it's like, what are you gonna
it's like,
do?
oh, I can't find this character because he's short packed. Oh, no. They're all sitting in the back. So after the shift, we're going to buy them, and I'm going to get a discount. I'm going to get like 20% off. So that's again, you can have nice things.
So after 20% off, it's regular price.
Yeah, it's KB's. Everything at KB's costs more. When I was a kid, GI Joes were $2.99. Everywhere else you go to KB's, they're $3.99. Then they were $4.99.
They'll be regular price after your discount.
Anyway, they said, nobody's gonna enforce it. It could just be a joke. They said if we hear that someone is actually getting banned for weighing Pokemon cards at GameStop, we'll be sure to write about it here at Kotaku. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
What they say, go back up. Other stores like Walmart have finally started to take some action against scalpers after people reselling Pokemon cards have finally come back to bite them in the ass, with several viral videos of employees doing nothing to stop it. Stories of scalpers, retailer indifference have become so prominent that the good and the hobby has become overshadowed by the bad. Okay, what they're saying, I think, with Walmart is they're putting limits.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, but I agree with if this is an ongoing problem, like normally I'm not for putting stuff behind glass. Like we went to a Walmart in an urban area and everything was behind glass. I'm like, what the hell? I can't even buy like razors and Q-tips because I have to go get somebody to put it, and they put it in a box. A little plastic container.
They're not, but razors, yes. Q-tips, they weren't.
But no, it was all the stuff that was in healthcare. You had to, they get you a little plastic box, and they take it out of the case and they put it in the box, and you had to take the lock box up to the counter. And I'm like, what the fresh
that was Altoona, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, and it's not even that big of an area. Like I wasn't gonna shame Altoona, but shame on you, Altoona. Shame on you and Luigi too.
There's people on here. There's people on here from Altoona. They know what we're talking about. Walmart, Altoona.
It was fucking weird.
Still doing it, but we were like went to go get razors on the way back, and we're like, what the hell?
We go to Walmarts and Targets in fucking Pittsburgh, and they're not doing that, but they were doing it in Altoona. Altoona. Nobody even knows where Altoona is. You have to explain it to them. Like, it's kind of over by State College, but not quite. Well, what's State College? Where Penn State is. Oh, is that what's Penn State? Where the football. Yeah, that place. I'm like, come on. Pittsburgh. They don't even do this. Anyway, just put them in a lockbox, right? So the store is having a trade anything day that will let customers bring in just about anything it opens. You can bring a goat in. You can actually bring stuffed goats in.
It doesn't say you can bring a goat, but yeah.
They don't want your...
What are the comments?
They don't want your sports games, but you can bring it down.
Yeah.
All right. Neon Autumn, no relation, by the way. I often like the flags and behavior as a symptom, not a cause, but scalpers make me mad. I would sign petitions on lifetime bans from buying anything with actual money. That's a little harsh, but whatever. Enfi says, time to add a small paper disc with, here we go, with randomized weight with the standard deviation larger than the weight difference of the card.
Yeah, that's what you should do. That's a good idea.
There's your chipboard thing. But we are thinking along the same lines.
Okay, but you're saying not give him any cards. That's a good idea. Where it's going to be randomized, so you can't do that.
Well, I just think it'd be funny. Like the card pack, you know what? Make sure the card packs all weigh exactly the same with, like you said, a disc or chipboard, but it could just be a piece of chipboard and you're fucked. It's your fault.
Or they said, or just make them so they're all randomized and there's it doesn't matter if it's way different than the others. Love how it's from Target and not GameStop. We know, but GameStop.
It's the principle of the thing.
It's funny. Like I was going to say about the time people in scalping, it reminded me of, there was a thing that happened. Oh, it was a few years ago at the Walmart in a town not far from here. And people were mad because they went in to get stuff and they went for Black Friday and they were there as soon as it opened, went right in to get whatever they were going to get. And then other people went to go get it. And when they got there, there wasn't any. There was a pallet that was there, but you weren't allowed to touch it because somebody already bought the entire pallet. And then there was U-Hauls outside and they were bringing pallets out and putting them into this guy's U-Hauls. But he would have had to have sold them before the store opened. There was no way he had time to go and buy them all, pay for all of it, say he wanted every item, and then and then put them in, and then have them already ready to go out into his truck. People were furious. Yeah, and I hope the managers got reported for that one, because there had to been like a backdoor deal on that. That's what they were scalping stuff.
Okay, let me tell you another story. So we have all these stories. You're talking Black Friday, you're talking back in the day, and they're doing it again now, but Transformers used to have the BOGO packages, but the buy one, get one free.
I know where you're going with this.
Okay, and this, God, this still this day pisses me off. So it was a really good deal. This would have been Cybertron, so it was like toward the end of the, the 2000s lines, and they were trying to get rid of them, but it was a really good deal. So you pay $40, you get it was usually like a really common character and then some other character, but
it was like a 3-pack or something, or was it 2 packs?
They had 3 packs, they had 2 packs and 3 packs, but they would have you get like a leader class, Prime, and then you get like another character, or you get Prime and Megatron together, which was pretty cool for the price is just one. And back then it was like leader class figures. For the price
of one. Let's make it simple.
But the leader class figures were like $30-$40 each compared to like fucking $70 or whatever they are now. This one local Walmart, they split all the packs because the way that they were packaged, it wasn't like the 2 figures were in the same box. There's 2 boxes together, then they had like an outer box.
And then they were shrink wrapped around it.
And they were shrink wrapped. They split them all up and put them on the shelf at full price. And I called the manager. I said, these are BOGOs. Like, everybody's doing this at all the Walmarts. And I'm like, I wanted to get this pack. Well, the damn toy department manager wanted to wheel and deal with me. He's like, well, tell you what, I'll give you like 50% off of one of these if you take. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, does Hasbro know you're doing this? Because actually, it was on the Transformers forums. Hasbro was pissed because people were taking these figures that were not marked for individual sale. They actually would black out or they put a sticker or something over the UPCs. I forget how they did it, but they were getting pissed off because they're getting all these calls from people that were dividing up the packages. And the toy department manager did it deliberately, probably because of scalping, probably because some of the figures that were in the 2 packs were worth more than the whole pack, so they were just splitting them and all of them taking the good ones out.
I don't know. I just know he was doing it like right in front of us, and we're like,
he was like, let's make a deal.
Get one. No, they're not. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're a Walmart toy department manager, and you're like, let's make a deal? Because I'm like, what do you mean let's make a deal? No, they're BOGO. I know they're BOGO. Here's
Did you get the goat? Sorry.
I got the fucking goat, and it didn't even transform. No, but he was gonna, and I basically told him to go pound sand, because I'm like, yeah, I was gonna buy a whole bunch of them for half price because I had holes in my collection, but I'm like, yeah, and I wish I would have, because the Cybertron figures are worth a shit ton of money now.
Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, he was splitting them up, and we were there, and Neil was like, what are you doing? And then they wouldn't let anybody take any of the 2 packs.
No,
they were splitting them up, and
he was in the process of splitting them up, and right in front of me with a knife. He was cutting. I'm like, what are you doing? They came that way from the...
report it to Hasbro.
I did. Because I was so pissed, but that whole district, I think, was doing it. It's like, no, bitch. The reason they're packaged that way, and even says not for individual resale right on the damn box. I'm like, what are you doing? But they're doing it again, I guess, Black Friday. They're going to do that again.
I'm assuming, because there's no flip. Where is the Black Friday Walmart flyer? Just where the flip is it? I have yet to see it. All you do is if you go there, it's like, here's some deals that might be happening, but there's no damn flyer. Which if they don't have one, is going to bite them in the ass, because people, you're like, well, let's come in to see what they want. It's like, no, they won't. They want to know what they're buying, and they want to know where they're going to get the best deal. If you don't give them a heads up, they're just going to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that's stupid, and I'm really salty about it. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up, because we're going on 23 minutes for this, and I thought it was going to be a 10-minute video.
Well, we have a lot of stories. We have a lot of stories about this.
Sorry about the stories. Come for the news, stay for the stories, which is mostly just side tangents and stories. Sorry.
Yep. All right. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.